and welcome to Kels Keys to Healthy Living, and my goal here is to help you optimize your health. So I know you saw the title of this video. Today we're going to be talking about getting rid of toxic energy, how to do it, and why it's important to do it. So the very first way that you can get rid of toxic energy, and actually really fast, is through showering or bathing. And I learned this technique from Be Hattie Life actually today because I was just listening to her and she just so happened to mention one of the things that I could use in this video today. And so pretty much when you're getting in the shower or in the tub, you're really releasing that negative and toxic energy from the previous day or from the whole day. Say you had like a very draining and stressful day. You taking that bath or that shower is being able to eliminate that energy of the day. And pretty much water has that very healing and cleansing effect. Have you ever noticed that when you step out of the shower or the tub and when you get out, you feel so much better? You feel cleansed, you feel like a brand new person. At least for me, that's how I feel. And depending on the day, I either feel calm, I feel rejuvenated. It could run on either side of the spectrum, but I know that I just feel a very positive feeling when I am done taking a bath or a shower. Another technique you can use, and I know that it might take time and I know it's hard, especially if you are a people pleaser and you don't want to sound so harsh and so blunt, but it takes that to be able to move forward. But that is getting rid of toxic friendships and relationships. Y'all, this has been the biggest step I have taken and has been the most impactful step I have taken. And I know you're like, Kels, how do I do that? That is limiting that contact you have with that person or those people. Maybe instead of hanging out with that person, maybe join a new hobby or get into something that you always wanted to do. Like if you like to paint, replace that time you would have spent with that friend with painting or playing volleyball or dancing. I'm naming all things that I love to do, but definitely replace it with your own hobbies. This was the biggest change that I have picked up in my relationship now because my girlfriend was able to show me my self-worth and showed me that I deserve to be treated better. There were so many things that I was blinded to in my old friendships because I was a people pleaser. I just wanted people to like me. You need someone who is a mirror for you. You need someone who shows you unconditional love and someone who loves you and is able to be blunt with you about yourself to show you where you're at in life and to show you what you're attracting in life. So limit your time with old toxic friendships or friendships that you currently have that are no longer serving you, and replace those moments that you'll be spending with those friends with new hobbies, new experiences, new groups. Another thing you can do is clearing out your phone. I used to do this all the time in the past, just when I was in a bad relationship or if I went through a breakup or something, I would get rid of old photos and just the contact numbers, as far as getting rid of even old photos of friends that were not serving me well and friends that were very toxic in my life. You literally need to treat your old friendships that were toxic the same as your relationships. Delete those photos, delete the text messages, delete anything that ties you to that person, because the only thing that you're gonna do when you go back through your phone, through your messages, and you see their name, if you see photos of them, you're just gonna be reminded of that relationship if it was toxic. For me personally, getting rid of the old photos of friends and then the old funny text messages was really hard because I had an identity attached to that time period. Back then, I saw myself as a different person because I was going out all the time. I was going out to the club and going to parties and stuff. So I had a whole identity attached to that was really hard for me to get rid of. Like I said, I know it's super hard, but it's worth it in the end. And let's be real. I know that some of those contacts in your phone you never use. You probably haven't talked to them or some of those people in your phone for a year, 2 years, 3 years, even 5 years. So why not clear it out now and give yourself a lot more mental clarity and space? Also, getting rid of contacts in your phone, even if they weren't toxic friendships or relationships, pretty much contacts that aren't useful at all, I think is really beneficial to get rid of, because even though they weren't toxic friendships or relationships, they still are just in your phone. It's just garbage. It's just there for no reason. Another thing that you can do to get rid of toxic energy is throwing away clothes. And I know you're like, Kels, I am not about to throw away my whole wardrobe. No, you don't have to get rid of your whole wardrobe, but I do think that it is beneficial to get rid of the clothes that tie you to negative and toxic memories. If you look at a clothing item in your closet and you think of a bad memory that happened, old toxic relationships, or anything of that sort, it's definitely time to get rid of them. Now I know you're like, Kels, that's like my whole entire closet. Hey, that's okay. Take baby steps. Maybe today you might throw away something and just wait a couple of days, maybe a month. But just taking those baby steps to throwing stuff away is very, very important, and also replacing it with something new. So say you throw something away in your closet that is tied to a negative experience or a toxic friendship or relationship, and you go to the mall like a week from now and you buy a new item. That is also really good because you're pretty much replacing that energy. Okay, so this leads me into the next technique, which is very similar, and it just has to do with items. So say you have a teddy bear that has been sitting in your room and it's from an old boyfriend or girlfriend or a friend that you no longer speak to anymore. That's just in your room for no reason, honestly. Like, it's just sitting there. Every time you look at it, you think about that person, that experience. So I would definitely recommend getting rid of old items. One of the biggest transformations for me has been moving. I moved about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and it has been life-changing for me because I was able to replace old furniture, old items that I've just been carrying around my apartment. So for me personally, one of the biggest items that I got rid of was my couch, because I've had that couch for like 6-7 years. I've had old exes and old friends sit on that couch. I've had moments where I've cried on that couch, where I've been stressed on that couch. So all of that energy, imagine all of that energy just being soaked in your couch and just living with that every single day. So definitely get rid of old items, old things that are in your house. And once that time comes for you to be able to afford to like switch out big things like furniture, take that next step. Another technique that you can use is saging. And saging, if you don't know, actually let me get it for you. Saging is a technique that is meant to cleanse and just clear out the negative energy that you might have. And you can set intentions with saging. So for instance, when I move into a new place, I might have the intent of clearing the energy and setting new and positive intentions and pure energy. And what I'll do is I'll take my sage. This is what it looks like. You light the end of it with fire, and then you let it burn for a little bit, and then it starts to smoke. And then you kind of just like wave it around the areas of where you want it to be cleared. I usually do my whole entire apartment, but my biggest thing is the living room because that's where I spend most of my energy. You would walk around with it and set intentions. Like you might think, I want to have an amazing day. I'm going to clear this negative energy in my apartment. But yeah, definitely recommend saging. You can find sage at like your local health food store. For me, I go to Seven Nanda to get my sage, which is a health food store in Atlanta. So if you live in Atlanta, definitely go check it out. The very last technique I would definitely recommend for getting rid of toxic energy is clearing out your social media. I know you're like, Kels, what are you about to say? But hold on, wait, just listen. Okay, bear with me. You need to unfollow some people. Now, if you're following people that you were in a relationship with in the past, if you're, if you're following people who you had old friendships with that you don't talk to anymore, if you're following people that have no purpose, there's no purpose behind following them, I would definitely recommend getting rid of, or not getting rid of, but unfollowing those people. Now, this is one of the biggest things that I've learned in my relationship, because in my old relationships, I was still following toxic people, and you know, that wasn't fair to my relationships in the past. Getting rid of a lot of the old stuff and the old baggage from your life can really affect the relationship. I think that it's very important to block some of those people, especially those people that you know are going to most likely or have a chance of potentially reaching back out to you. This has been one of the hardest things for me because in the past, I was an attention whore, which is a whole nother video that I'm going to be making a little bit later next week. But I loved attention and I thrived off of attention. And I was also a people pleaser. And it was very hard for me to turn people down and to get rid of certain people in my life because I wanted everyone to like me and I also wanted attention. And it really took my current relationship to be able to understand how I was and my ways and my traits so that I can make changes. And if you are not in a relationship, if you don't have a significant other, maybe you might have somebody who is a very close friend or someone in your life who is very blunt with you and you trust them to tell you the truth about yourself. Those are the people that you need to keep in your life. And those are the people who are going to call you off your BS. So definitely go to them for help and guidance. These are the people who love you unconditionally. No matter what goes on in your life, no matter what mistakes you make, these people are there for you. And if you don't already have those people in your life, definitely set an intention of having and attracting those people in your life. Okay, so I'm going to continue with social media. So unfollow those negative and toxic relationships, even those people who are just on your page who just have no purpose to be on your page, or people that tie you and make you think of negative memories and situations. Get rid of those people on your page. Second, replace those people. And when I say replace those people, they don't have to be new friends or anything, but even just positive pages. Like say you love sunset pictures, follow a sunset page. If you like puppies, follow a puppy page. Whatever makes you feel good, go and follow. I personally made a new Instagram account, but my old personal page I got rid of because there was so much baggage tied to it. And now on my current page, I have old people unfollowed. I have old people blocked. If somebody from my past reaches out to me that I never even thought of, then I just don't respond and I block them too. It sounds harsh, but it's very, very important. Now, another thing that I do want to mention with social media is also getting rid of old pictures on your page. And I know we talked about it with the phone, but you want to apply that same concept to your pictures on your page, because you might have old pictures from 5 years ago that are still on your page. Clear out that negative energy, clear out any of those photos that tie you to an old identity that you no longer want to carry, or tie you to old memories. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope that this video was super helpful. Leave down in the comment section any techniques that you have used in the past that have helped you get rid of toxic energy. Also, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel and share it with anybody you feel like it would be helpful for. And also turn on that notification bell if you want to get more updates on new videos. I will see you in the next video.